Okay, so for this final election infographic, you're going to make a map of the Electoral College map. It'll look like this. So you have a map of the United States. These are currently based on the polls. So if you hover over them, you can see the state name, how many Electoral College votes each state has, the winner, which we'll put in later, and then a field for the polls. So you can see the red ones are obviously where Donald Trump is leading. The blue ones are where Joe Biden is leading. And the gray ones are where it's too close to call, or I mean, it's the polls are very close, so it's considered a swing state. So this is the map we're going to make. All right, so the first thing you want to do is, again, log into your Gmail account, and you're going to open this Electoral College map spreadsheet. So this is what it looks like. Column A is all of the state names. Column B is how many Electoral College votes that state has. So again, like Alabama has 9, Alaska has 3. This is based on population. And again, the candidates are trying to get to 278 to win the election. We have a column for winner, which we'll fill in after the election. And then we have a column for the polls, and these are polls that they're sampling to see who's ahead. Again, these are not the votes, but this is kind of where things stand now. So you want to make a copy for yourself. All right, second thing you want to do is download it as a CSV, again, so we can put it into Flourish. So File, Download, comma separated values, CSV. This is going to download it, and you can just drag it onto your desktop. All right. From there, in another tab, we're going to open Flourish. I'm going to create a new visualization. I'm going to scroll down to US states. All right, and this is the default. You can see this has both shading for the different states, and this also has points for different cities, which we're going to get rid of. All right. So the first thing, let's go into regions and points in our data. And go ahead and click on this points tab. And there's a little pull down to the right of it. And go ahead and clear this sheet, because we don't want, we're not going to have any points in our map, so we can get rid of that. So again, points, the pull down menu, clear that sheet. Then second, go back over to regions. There are currently 55 rows in this spreadsheet. So one for the header, 50 states, and also there's the District of Columbia, Puerto Rico, Guam, United States, Virgin Islands. So we're going to remove some of these because they're not going to show up in our map. So the way you do this is in Flourish, you're going to go, we're going to remove Puerto Rico. So just go to line 34, click on the 34, and hit Control, and you'll see an option for Remove Row. So Control, click on, again, you're Control clicking on the 34, removing Puerto Rico. Scroll down. We're going to get rid of row 53, which is Guam. Control click, remove that row. US Virgin Islands, again, Control click, remove that row. Okay, so that got rid of those 3 that aren't going to show up in our map. Again, these are in the instructions. Remove the rows for Puerto Rico, Guam, and the United States Virgin Islands. The next thing we want to do is, you'll notice that these are not necessarily in alphabetical order. So we want to make sure they are. So the way to do that is to go into column B, put your cursor at the top next to the B, and you'll see a little triangle appears. So click on that, and you'll get a pull-down menu. And we're going to sort this column A to Z. And this is going to put it now in alphabetical order, which is important because we're going to merge it with this spreadsheet, which is in alphabetical order. So again, this is right here in the instructions. This is really important. If you don't do this step, it's gonna mess it up. So you want to sort column B alphabetically. You click on, you put your cursor next to the B. You look for that pull down, and then you click sort A through Z. Again, it looks like this. Put your cursor at the top where it says B till that shows up. Sort column A to Z. Okay. All right. So the next step is we are going to we're going to merge this spreadsheet with the one that exists in Flourish. We're not going to overwrite it this time. We're actually going to merge it. And what we're going to try to merge is, you can see that column A here has the shapes, and this is what actually draws the shapes of the map. So we want to merge our data with this, but not get rid of column A. So the way to do this is you go to Upload Data on the right-hand side. There again, use that pull menu. So instead of replacing it, this time you want to click on Upload Data and Merge. All right, so make sure you're doing that pull down, Upload Data and Merge. That'll give you a different button. Okay, so then go ahead and click it. And we're going to select your CSV that you downloaded. Okay, and we're going to import it publicly. And what's it's saying here is that it's going to line up based on the ID, which is that the name of the state. So here's the current sheet, and here's the one that we're merging. So click Merge now, and it should say 52 rows are imported. If you have more than 52, that means you didn't delete Puerto Rico, Guam, and the U.S. Virgin Islands. All right. So this now gives us, you can see it has the original, the shapes are still in column A, but we have, this is our data in B through F. All right. The next thing is go over to the right. And you can see the geometry. Again, select the columns to visualize. So the geometry is A, that's good. The name of the state is column B, which is the ID, that's great. Value, we're going to get rid of this. This is something that's left over from the old data. So on your right where it says value, go ahead and delete that. All right. And then what that will let you do is get rid of this column. So to do that, click on C, get that little pull down menu, and remove column C. These are the old values that were there. Okay. And now our value is it's shifted. Okay. So you have to do this part first. Delete C over here on the right, and then go over here and delete column C. All right. So now we're going to set it so set our columns so they're accurate. So geometry should be A, the name should be B, the value should be E, and the pop-ups should be C and D. So the value is, again, E. And the reason the value is E is currently it's going to shade the colors based on who's leading in the polls. Okay. When we go back to update this later, we're going to make the value D, which is the winner, right? But we don't know the winners yet. So value at this point will be E, and then the pop-ups will be C and D, comma D. All right. And that should, that will help with that. All right. So now if you go to preview, we still don't have any colors, so we're going to fix that next. So on your, under preview, open your regions layer, okay, and scroll down here, and it's going to say, there's a place where it says type, and it says continuous, binned, and categorical. Click on categorical, and this will change the colors. It'll look like an Easter egg. What this is doing is it's pulling the values from your list, right? So from column E, and what we're trying to do is like categorical just means like if it's Trump leads, it's this color. If it's swing state, it's this color. If it's Biden lead, it's this color. So that's what that means. All right. So you're clicking that. Then you're going back in after you get your Easter egg colors. You're copying and pasting again these hex colors. Put them into custom overrides. All right. And when you close this, that should shift it, your colors, okay? And you can also look at the pop-ups and see if they're working. From this part, go ahead and put in your header and your subtitle. I forgot to put a title here up here too. All right. And you can, for this one, you can say updated October 19th or whatever day you do it. All right, because this map, again, is actually based on the polls, right? So this one's actually accurate right now, and you could throw this up on your, your portfolio site as you made a map of the election based on the polls on October or whatever day you do it. All right, so this one's actually good to go. We will come back and update it again, but this one is good. It has this little footer thing here we can get rid of. So go ahead and just delete the source name and the source URL. All right, and you should be good. Again, export, publish, save that link, and you're turning in your completed link for your map that will look like this. And it also has a nice little search feature. So say you wanted to zoom into, New Jersey. All right. You can see it pops right up there. Good luck.